Right, so somebody asked, what do I think about the Rabi Pirzada case? I've already answered about this, that I found it utterly kind of disturbing, disgusting that people would leak her kind of nude videos. And really, you know, people blamed, I said this, that look, people blamed her, but I feel, look, like, why was she, so she made these videos, I don't know, maybe she made them for herself, maybe she made them to share with her partner, I don't know. But the point is, she made these videos where she's kind of, this, I mean, they're all, the descriptions are all, you know, in the newspapers and things, where she's kind of masturbating, and naked, and, but the point is that instead of criticizing her, as some people have chosen to do, I've said that, look, what she was doing was in her own private space. Like, who are you to judge somebody in their private space? Like, at the end of the day, she wasn't doing that in public. She wasn't doing it outside on the road. She wasn't doing, she was in her own kind of privacy. Now, we may argue, one may argue, well, it was foolish to record yourself because these things can be leaked, and they clearly have in this incident. And I could agree with that argument. I would agree with that argument, that look, these things are incredibly foolish and dangerous to do because they can become life-wrecking for many people. But that said, I would argue against the condemnation factor, because I still feel that although you could argue that's foolish, but I don't feel you have a right to condemn her for what she did in her private space. Because at the end of the day, she's on her own in a private room. Even if she is recording herself, you know, it may be foolish, but why, you know, it's still her privacy. To what right do you have to control another person's private life? So you know, and I don't feel, Islam does not give you the right to control someone's private life. So, yeah, so that's been my thing. And I've said that I feel that things like the internet are another attribute of kind of divinity. This sounds all shirky when I say that. And it's, you see, what I mean by that is that it's like how Yuval Harari is arguing in Homo Deus. You see, I do feel that humans, I kind of agree with him that we are transitioning from Homo sapiens, the wise humans, to Homo Deus, the divine humans, the God humans, godly humans. And I think when we say this, that becoming God or becoming gods, people, you see, if you're picturing God as in Islam or Abrahamic faith gods, God, then obviously that's not what is meant in this thing, because that's not, human beings are not becoming that kind of God, but they're becoming the kind of gods like the mythological gods of the Greek tragedies, of Hindu mythology, of the ancient Roman kind of mythologies. If you picture those gods like Zeus and Apollo and having immense strength and being able to fly and being able to, if you picture, you know, like being able to send messages across and being able to harness certain like wind power, or being able to, you will see that those kind of gods we are becoming. I mean, we have already in many ways become like that. We have, you know, we have immense powers now, and this, for a civilization before us, would just be magical divinity. Like, they could never understand these things. That how can I sit here now and have this omnipresence throughout the globe, potentially? How could I do that? How could in real time you hear my voices, my voices, those are the other voices in my head, and see me? Is that not a sense like, you know, the gods of old, like Indra and these gods? So I feel in some ways, and the internet is one of those attributes, the ability for an infinite source of information, the ability to never forget, which is not human, you know. So you put something like one of these videos on the internet to shame someone, and the internet never forgets. And do we really deserve having the power to destroy somebody's life like that? I don't feel we do. I would argue that we do not have the right to destroy anybody's life like that. So yeah, so these are my thoughts on that. I have said that before. Right, let's